back to Fight Can't Be Turned, y'all. Once again, this is Coach Hussein. In this video, we're going to go over a punch that's commonly seen, and it doesn't matter how the fight takes place or where the fight is taking place. It doesn't matter if this is in boxing, MMA, or in the street. There's one punch that's almost guaranteed to be thrown, and that punch is the overhand punch. Remember when, watch this.
And Durant fights off the ropes.
Oh, he's out. He's out.
He was out before he hit the canvas. At a minute 58.
Yeah. You see that? That's what I'm talking about. Alright? So, how did Hearns set up that overhand to knock out Durant? Well, as you saw, jabs to the body. Okay? And it's kind of funny because Hearns is a taller fighter than Durant. But it still worked the same way. Focus on the jabs to the body, and then this is where the overhand punch comes in. Once again, the rule of thumb, everything on the rear, from the rear has to come forward and turn in. So when I'm coming here, boom, boom, boom. That's the overhand punch, okay? I'm winding up, boom, boom, the wind up comes here, and then I come right over top, okay? It works the same way if I'm going to the head. Boom, 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 boom. Alright? Now, when I'm going to my opponent's head, I drop my head down and then the punch comes over the top. So I'm here, boom, boom, boom. That's the overhand. Alright? Works the same way if I'm going to the body. Alright? Boom, boom, boom. The only difference is when I'm going to the body, my head is already down. Okay? I'm going to his body so he can drop his hands, which is a mistake that many fighters do because we drop our hands for some odd reason to block the body in the most erroneous way possible. We come down here to block, or typically we'll swipe away, which is the smart thing to do, to swipe away. Okay? But in doing so, we open ourselves up. So if he's coming with his lead hand here, with the lead hand, if we're both in the same stance, I swipe here. Once I swipe this hand here, that overhand is coming right over top right here. Okay? So if anything, if he throws a jab to the body, I'm going to come right here. And then, if he comes over top, I block with the lead hand, his rear hand. Okay? But when I'm throwing the rear hand, I want to change levels. If I'm going to his head, boom, 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 I take my head down. Alright? I take my head right off the center line, and the punch goes right where my head was, going over top to him. Okay? Boom, boom. Alright? And it definitely works if I'm throwing this jab here. If he decides to come with that rear hand, boom, boom, that rear hand comes, I slip, and as I slip, that's when that overhand comes over the top. Okay? I can easily change up levels also. I can start with the head, then I come down here, right over the top. Okay? So how does this work? One thing I don't want to do is drop the hand sooner than necessary. So I don't want to come here, boom, and then drop right here, and then throw. I don't want to drop my hand until without my head coming off the center line. So facing the camera, I don't want to come here, boom, boom, and then as I'm throwing, I don't want to just come here and then throw. My head has to come off the center line. My head has to come out the way. So boom, boom, and then when I throw, my rear hand comes to protect my jaw, and then I'm coming right here. That's how it should look. So when I'm throwing, right here, boom, 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 okay? I can feint, okay? I can even feint to his body, and come over top. But what I want to do with this rear hand is hit him right over the top of his face, okay? That's what I'm looking to do. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. And throughout the course of a fight, if I can get him to continuously, if I can commit and make him pay attention to his body, that rear hand is coming right over the top. Boom. 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 That's what I want, okay? That rear hand, even you see this a lot in MMA where they think it's the 1-2, but more often it's intentional in MMA. Okay? So in MMA, boom, boom, that's it. Boom, boom, boom. That wind up. That's what I want. I'm taking my head off the center line. Boom, boom, boom. That's what I want. Okay? So this has been the tutorial on how to throw the overhand punch. Okay? I would say overhand right, but you know, there's either orthodox or southpaw. So it's really just the overhand punch. Okay? If you like the video, share this with your friends, subscribe to the channel. As always, I got more content coming on the way. Thank you guys for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And as always, train daily.